Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep under the hood, or should I say the fairing, to explore the heart of many sport bikes, the Inline 4 motorcycle engine. Now you might be thinking, Jay, what's so special about these engines? They've been around forever, and you wouldn't be wrong, but that's like saying the Mona Lisa is just an old painting. It's the details, the history, the engineering that makes it special. We're talking about a type of engine that's known for its smooth power delivery, its high-revving nature and its unmistakable sound. From the Japanese icons to the European exotics, the Inline 4 has powered some of the most legendary sport bikes ever built. We're going to break down how these engines work, their transmission, the whole drivetrain, and of course what it feels like to unleash all that power on the road. So, buckle up, grab your riding gloves, it's going to be a fun one. Alright, let's start with the basics. The Inline 4, as the name suggests, has 4 cylinders lined up in a single row, just like a perfectly aligned chorus line. Each cylinder goes through the 4 strokes of the engine cycle: intake, compression, power and exhaust, sucking in air and fuel, compressing it, igniting it to create a small explosion, and then expelling the spent gases. Now the magic happens when these cylinders work in harmony. With their firing order precisely timed, they create a smooth, almost turbine-like power delivery, especially compared to the punchier feel of a V-twin. And because the cylinders are in a line, the engine itself is relatively compact, making it perfect for fitting into a motorcycle's frame. Plus, this configuration allows the engine to rev higher, meaning more horsepower squeezed out of those 4 cylinders. Now, you might be wondering about the crankshaft, the part that converts those up and down piston movements into rotational force. In an Inline 4, the crankshaft runs along the length of the engine, connecting all 4 pistons. It's a thing of beauty, perfectly balanced and engineered for high RPMs. It's this combination of smooth power delivery, compact size and high-revving nature that makes the Inline 4 engine a favorite among sport bike manufacturers and riders alike. Now that we've got the engine purring, let's talk about how that power actually gets to the rear wheel. The transmission. Motorcycles, unlike cars with their automatic transmissions, use a sequential gearbox. Think of it like a manual transmission in your car, but instead of a traditional H-pattern shifter, you click up for higher gears and down for lower gears. This sequential setup is perfect for the demands of motorcycle riding, allowing for quick, precise gear changes without any guesswork. It's all about that direct connection between rider and machine. Now, inside the transmission, you've got a series of gears of different sizes. When you shift gears, you're essentially changing the ratio between the engine's output shaft and the transmission's output shaft. Lower gears provide more torque for acceleration, while higher gears allow for higher speeds at lower engine RPMs. It's a beautifully orchestrated dance of gears, shafts and clutches, all working in perfect harmony to transfer the Inline 4's power to the rear wheel. Okay, so we've got the engine sending power to the transmission, but how does that translate into actual movement on the road? Well, that's where the drivetrain comes in, the unsung hero of the motorcycle world. The drivetrain consists of 3 main components: the chain, the sprockets, and the rear wheel. The chain, usually made of metal links, connects the transmission's output sprocket to the rear wheel sprocket. Think of it as the belt connecting 2 pulleys. The sprockets themselves are toothed wheels, and the size difference between the front drive sprocket and the rear driven sprocket determines the final drive ratio. Now, when the engine spins the transmission's output shaft, it rotates the front sprocket, which in turn pulls the chain. This rotation is transferred to the rear sprocket, which is bolted to the rear wheel, making it spin and propelling the motorcycle forward. It's a simple yet elegant system that efficiently transfers the Inline 4's power to the pavement. Now for the fun part, what's it like to ride a motorcycle powered by an Inline 4? Well, in a word, exhilarating. The combination of the engine's smooth power delivery, the high-revving nature, and the precise transmission makes for an incredibly engaging and thrilling riding experience. As you wind open the throttle, the engine roars to life, pulling you forward with a surge of linear power. The sequential gearbox allows for lightning-fast gear changes, keeping the engine in its sweet spot and propelling you towards the horizon. And that sound, The Inline 4's signature wail is music to any motorcycle enthusiast's ears, a symphony of mechanical precision that sends shivers down your spine. Whether you're carving through corners on a twisty mountain road or opening it up on the open highway, a sport bike with an Inline 4 engine delivers a level of performance and speed that's hard to match. It's a visceral, exhilarating experience that's sure to put a smile on your face every time you throw a leg over the saddle. So there you have it, folks. The Inline 4 motorcycle engine, a masterpiece of engineering that's been powering our two-wheeled dreams for decades. It's that perfect blend of power, performance, and that unmistakable sound that gets our adrenaline pumping. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the world of Inline 4s. I hope you learned a thing or two about these incredible engines and the motorcycles they power. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video and subscribe to the channel for more motorcycle tech talks and riding adventures. And hey, if you've got a favorite Inline 4 powered bike, let me know in the comments below. Until next time, ride safe and keep the rubber side down.